Now we need to crochet the flower, the pattern as above. Now let me teach you how to crochet decorative flowers for the bag. Take out a 3.0 mm crochet hook. Decorative flowers are divided into large, medium, and small sizes for both flowers and leaves. Find the end of the yarn, wrap it around your hand, and start crocheting. We can match according to the colors we like, or match the colors according to the picture. Place the hook behind the yarn. Make a knot with the crochet hook on the working yarn. First, we loop around the working yarn once. Hold the knot you just made at the bottom. Crochet a chain stitch by wrapping the working yarn around the hook. Come over. We pull the thread underneath tight. In this way, we have made a knot. Then we can start crocheting. Here, the one below does not count as a stitch. The method for crocheting small flowers and large flowers is the same. The number of stitches is just different. For small flowers, we start with 22 chain stitches. We hold this position at the very bottom with our hands. This small flower requires a total of 22 chain stitches to crochet. Hook the working yarn with the crochet hook and pull it through. The first chain stitch is done. A V shape is formed here. This is our first chain stitch. In the middle of the first chain, stitch V shape. Add a stitch marker to mark it. Then continue crocheting. Hook the working yarn with the crochet hook and pull it through. 2 chain stitches still form a V shape.
Continue crocheting.
Hook the yarn directly with the crochet hook. The third chain stitch. The third chain stitch. Each time we complete a chain stitch, it forms a V shape. Here we crocheted 3. We can count it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's continue crocheting. A total of 22 chain stitches are crocheted. We place a stitch marker on the 22nd stitch. Okay, we can count them all together. A total of 22 chain stitches. After making 22 chain stitches, we start crocheting double crochets. We first crochet a turning stitch for a double crochet. We start with 4 chain stitches. After completing 4 chains, then we are at the position of our 22nd stitch. Make a double crochet at the stitch marker position. Yarn over around the hook. The double crochet requires wrapping the yarn first. Then return to the position where we marked with the stitch marker. We can first remove the stitch marker. Then we insert the needle. Then hook the yarn over. There are now 3 loops on the crochet hook. We wrap the yarn around the crochet hook. Pass through the first 2 loops. There are now 2 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn over around the hook and pull through both loops directly. This is our double crochet. Take a look. Here forms a post. Then there is a V shape on the column. Here is our double crochet. After completing the first double crochet, find the next stitch position at the back. This is the first double crochet we have made. It is crocheted under this V shape. Then we skip 2 V shapes in the back. Then we crochet into the third V shape.
Do a double crochet.
1 chain stitch, 1 double crochet. Now let me demonstrate for everyone. Then wrap the yarn around the hook. 1, 2, skip 2. Insert the needle into the third V shape. There are now 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. There are now 2 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the yarn with the crochet hook and pull through 2 loops at once. Our double crochet is done. Then we will crochet a chain stitch. Then, in the same stitch location again, continue to work a double crochet. Insert the hook into the same stitch, wrapping the working yarn around the hook. Yarn over and pull through this stitch. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Pull the yarn through the first 2 loops. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops at once. We have completed the crochet in this stitch. We made a double crochet in this hole. The crochet method next is the same before. The pattern is to skip 2 V shapes, then do a double stitch, a chain stitch, and a double crochet in the third V shape. Let me show you again. We skip 2 V shape. This is where we left off with our last crochet stitch. Next, skip 2 V shapes in the same manner. Insert the needle into the third V shape. Wrap the working yarn to make a double crochet. Then 1 chain stitch. A double crochet. A chain stitch. Then a double crochet. We continue to crochet. The method is the same as before. Skip 2 V shapes. Insert the needle into the third V shape. Make a double crochet, a chain stitch, a double crochet. Crochet in rounds until the last stitch. We are now crocheting to the position of the last stitch. Take the stitch marker off. Pass through the stitch. A double crochet. A chain stitch. A double crochet. After crocheting is completed, check how many sets we have crocheted in total. Add the first group at the front. A total of 8 groups. This is a total of 8 flower pieces.
Continue crocheting.
Start crocheting the flower piece. We can take this crochet hook off first. Change to a 4.5 crochet hook. Insert the crochet hook. We flip this piece over. Now we start crocheting the petal part. Let's find a position to insert the needle. There are 2 positions we need to locate. Firstly, find the gap between each double crochet and double crochet. The space between each set of double crochets we crochet. We crochet petals in this gap. It is easy to find. We call it position A. Second position is the connecting part in the middle of each group of double crochet patterns. We will do slip stitch as connection of petal at there later. It is also very easy to find. We call it position B. Insert the needle here. Okay, let's start the demonstration. First, work a double crochet. Our first petal is crocheting 5 double crochets in this position A. In the same stitch, first work 5 double crochets. A double crochet. 2 double crochets. 3 double crochets. 4 double crochets. 5 double crochets. This is our first petal. After crocheting, then make a connection between the petals. We find position B, the part between 2 double crochet patterns. Insert the needle into this middle hole. Crochet a slip stitch to join. Yarn over. Then directly bring this thread over. This is the slip stitch. The crochet method is as shown in the diagram. Then start crocheting the second flower petal. Find next position, A. We will make 7 double crochets for the second petal. Crochet 7 double crochets around the working yarn.
1, 2,
3, 4,
5,
6,
7,
After completing 7 double crochets, the second petal is now completed. Then we will make a connection again. We make the connection at this position B. Okay, let's continue crocheting. Insert the needle into next position A. Each of the flower petal behind us is made using the same method as the second flower petal. All are work with 7 double crochets. Let me demonstrate it again for everyone. Make 7 double crochets into this hole.
1, 2,
3, 4,
5,
6, 7 double crochets. This is our third flower piece.
Continue crocheting.
Find next position B. The middle connecting part is crocheted with a slip stitch. Then we directly take this loop. Pull into another loop. The slip stitch is complete. Use the same method to complete the next steps on your own. Crochet to the last petal next. After completing the last petal, the loop on the crochet hook is elongated. It can be stretched a bit longer to sew the petals together. Pull the thread tight. A small flower has been crocheted. Find the front side of the petal. Find the position of the first petal. Fold it in half and roll it up. After shaping the flower, take out the hand sewing needle. Use a plastic hand sewing needle to sew the flowers in place and secure the shape. After sewing, the flower is crocheted. Tie a knot with the loose end after sewing. Excess threads can be trimmed off. We have made such a small flower. Now I will teach you how to crochet a medium-sized flower. Our small size of this flower. At the beginning, 22 chain stitches were crocheted. Medium-sized flowers require 37 chain stitches to crochet. The method of crocheting is the same as for the small flower. The difference is that the number of stitches in crochet is different. We take out this 3.0 millimeters crochet hook. For this medium-sized flower, we start with 37 chain stitches. First, we make a knot on the line. Wrap the working yarn around and pull through. Tighten the loop. Then we proceed with crocheting. Totally 37 chain stitches. Yarn over. Fortunately, put a stitch marker on the first one. A total of 37 chain stitches need to be crocheted.
2,
3, 4. 37 chains work and completed. Mark the 37th stitch with a stitch marker. Then use the same crochet method as small flower. Crochet 4 chain stitches as the turning stitch for the double crochet. The turning stitch for the double crochet is complete. Then, we begin making a double crochet. Then go back to the position of the 37th stitch. Work double crochet. The method is still the same as with small flower. Here is our first crochet stitch. Leave 2 V-shapes here. Insert the needle into the third V-shape. It's still the same crochet. A double crochet. A chain stitch. A double crochet. This medium-sized flower. We are going to crochet a total of 13 petals. Then there are a total of 13 groups. Now, we finish second group. A total of 13 groups were crocheted. Okay, next you crochet rest on our own. We have now crocheted to the last set. Remove the stitch marker. Finish the last group of stitches. Here, there are a total of 13 groups. Here, check again to make sure 13 groups have been crocheted. The crochet method for different sizes of decorative flowers is the same. After finishing crocheting, then we take off the crochet hook. Change to a 4.5 millimeters crochet hook. Then we flip the piece over. We start crocheting petal using the same method as the small size. In the first piece, we work 5 double crochets. The first petal is due with 5 double crochets. The pattern here is the same as the small flower. We crochet each petal. Find position A. There are as many petal patterns as there are groups of double crochets. In total, we have a set of 13 double crochets in this pattern. There are 13 petals. Then find position B. Make a slip stitch connection. The first petal is made up of 5 double crochets. Crochet, yarn over. Work 5 double crochets into the first hole.
1, 2,
3, 4,
5.
The 5 double crochets for the first petal are completed. Make a slip stitch connection in the next hole. Complete the rest on your own. Large flowers require crocheting 52 chain stitches. Large flower has 18 petals. Place a stitch marker on the first chain stitch. Okay, use the same method to complete it on your own. Next, we will crochet the leaf part. The crochet pattern for the leaf section is as shown in the diagram. Take out the thread you need to use. Hold the end of the yarn and wrap it around your hand. Take out a 3.0 crochet hook. We use a 3.0 crochet hook for the leaves. First, let's make a knot on our line. Make a knot and tighten it. Then we start. The leaf starts with a total of 7 chain stitches. Place a stitch marker on first chain stitch. Put a stitch marker on the 7th one as well. After completing 7 chain stitches, we will first crochet a chain stitch. Find the position of the marker and work a single crochet. Take off the stitch marker. Insert the needle at the 7th stitch. Make a single crochet. We are above the first single crochet position. Add a stitch marker. After completing the first hole, start by crocheting a half double crochet into the second hole. Yarn over. Insert the needle into the second hole here. Yarn over and pull through stitch. There are now 3 loops on the crochet hook. The half double crochet stitch is when the crochet hook wraps the yarn and pulls it directly through these 3 loops. This completes a half double crochet. For the next stitch, let's work a double crochet. Make a double crochet in the next hole. Work a double crochet. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. There are currently 2 loops on the hook. Hook the working yarn through both loops, and the double crochet is complete. We need to do a total of 3 double crochets. Then insert the hook into the next stitch and work a double crochet. Continue to work a double crochet in the next hole. A total of 3 double crochets are completed. We continue to do a triple crochet in the next stitch. The method for triple single crochet is to wrap the yarn around the hook twice. Insert the needle into the next hole. There are currently 4 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the working yarn through the first 2 loops. There are now 3 loops on the crochet hook. Still, yarn over with the crochet hook and pull through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through the loop. This is our double crochet. Next hole, still make a triple crochet. Remove the stitch marker. Continue to work a triple crochet into the next hole. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the last stitch and pull through. There are 4 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the yarn through the first 2 loops. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the yarn through the first 2 loops. There are now 2 loops on the crochet hook. Hook the yarn directly through these 2 loops. Here we have finished crocheting. Take a look. Here we have make a total of 1 single crochet, a half double crochet, 3 double crochets, then 2 double triple crochets. Okay, we've finished crocheting this row. Then we crochet 3 chain stitches. 123 good. After finishing crocheting, let's go back to the position of the last stitch. The position of the last stitch is where you hook. Finally, in the hole where the triple crochet was made, we go back to crochet a slip stitch. Pull the slip stitch directly through. Slip stitch. Now we have finished half of leaf. We start another half. Firstly, we will crochet 3 chain stitches as turning stitch as triple crochet stitch. The other half of the leaf is completely symmetrical with the previous crocheting method. 1, 2, 3, 3 chain stitches. Then we go start to another triple crochet stitch. Yarn over twice. Then go back to the bottom of the last double crochet stitch. Then there are 4 loops on the hook. Hook the yarn over the hook and pull through the first 2 loops. There are 3 loops on the crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops on the good crochet hook. Yarn over and pull through directly. Now we have completed the part corresponding to first triple crochet in the other half of the leaf. The rest crochet method of another half of leaf is same with before. We need to crochet a symmetrical shape on the corresponding stitches. Now we need to work 1 more triple crochet stitch. This is the stitch under the triple crochet stitch. We insert the needle. Here, still work a triple crochet stitch. Yarn over, wrap the yarn well. Triple crochet stitch placed here. So we crochet another triple crochet stitch to here. Look here. Here is the position of the second triple crochet stitch. Insert the needle well. Make another triple crochet. After finishing the triple crochet here, we need work double crochet next. Totally 3 double crochets. We also correspondingly crochet 3 double. Crochet 3 double crochets. Here is the double crochet. Then the stitch position. Next double crochet. Stitch position. This is where we insert the needle. We just need to remember to crochet symmetrically. First double crochet stitch.
Second.
Third. 3 double crochets worked. Then, here below corresponds to a half double crochet. Then here we also crochet a half double crochet. Then half double crochet. Insert the needle at the stitch position here. Crochet a half double crochet. We yarn over and insert the hook. There are 3 loops on the needle. Then we yarn over and pull through all 3 loops directly. Finish half double crochet stitch. Then we have the last one. The position of the last stitch corresponds to a single crochet. Stitch here, here. Work one last single crochet. Insert the hook into the next stitch. Okay, the last single crochet is done. Our entire leaf is now crocheted. Then we connect it with a slip stitch to the first stitch. We are at the position of the snap fastener, the position of the first single crochet. We put it on.
Make a slip stitch.
Directly hook over. Then we crochet another chain stitch. Fix it in place. Leave a little thread at the loop. Then cut off this loop. Pull it tight. We have finished crocheting this leaf. Then we can hide the excess thread hidden behind our leaves. Cut off the excess thread. This way, we have finished crocheting one leaf. We crochet the required number of leaves as shown in the picture. Then start assembling it on the bag. Follow the video tutorial and the method shown in the images to complete the remaining leaves. Referencing the sample bag, first secure the decorative flowers onto the bag. Use metal sew needle to secure the position here. After securing it, sew it with transparent thread. Use the same method to secure everything with sew needle. With that, the finished bag is complete. Party popper.